All right, today we're going to look at checkboxes in Google Sheets. If you have not installed the Coefficient add-on, go to Extensions, Add-ons, Get Add-ons, and search for Coefficient in the add-on store. This allows you to bring in data from different services such as Zendesk or Salesforce, etc. All right, so today we're going to look at checkboxes. And so the quickest way to do this is to click Insert Checkbox, just like this, and you have your checkboxes here. We will look at how to do those the same thing using the data validation. And so you can go data validation here or data validation under the menu. So let's just go ahead and open this up, data validation, and add a rule. And then we'll want to click checkboxes here. One thing to notice is here under the data validation, it allows us to use custom cell values. And so we'll circle back around to that in a moment. So we have our data validation here. If we click on this cell, you can see up here in the formula bar, it shows false. And so what we're going to do is actually just do an equals formula here, just to show what we have going on over here. So for example, one thing to note is you can actually delete the text behind the checkbox. You can see that. But once you check it, that data will be restored and it'll be back to the way it was, just like that. You can go back here, delete it again, but that's just a quick trivial note to know if you're dealing with different data. So let's go ahead and go back to this checkbox and use custom values. So for example, we could do yes, no. You can see here that is now showing up. We can go back here, resolved, open, and so forth. So this is useful to know if you're using the results of the checkbox in a formula or trying to match it in a different way. And so if we delete this real quick, get rid of this, and then just insert checkbox, I'm just going to run you through how to use the normal true false in a formula. If you have a formula where you have if this equals true, for example, and then we'll say yes or no. So if we click the checkbox, even though this is true, it's not showing up because Google Sheets treats this actually as true false and not as text. So we change that to true, so without the text string, then we have our correct yes or no. So that's just something to keep in mind. We can flip this around, do false, and then we can see that way. So that's important to know with checkboxes. If you allow the default of true false, it's actually not a text value. It is just a value of false, similar to a number. So we go down here, you can see now we have that reversed. All right, one last thing to note, we'll pull this data validation back up here, is you can also do this reject input under this data validation, and this prevents someone from trying to type something else in here, such as yes, and it won't let you do that. Whereas if we just do show a warning, someone could actually type something else in here, even though it'll show up as invalid. It will allow them to do that. Another thing to note is we just go here to checkbox. It'll do the same thing, just like that. All right, that is it for today. Hopefully that helps you to understand better how to use checkboxes in Google Sheets. Again, don't forget to install the Coefficient add-on if you have not already.